Hey guys, it's MarioMan73, also known as Sick Newbie, back on his channel again. This is the third video for my Balatro in Roblox series, and I've gotten quite a bit of progress done on the game this time around, which I'm excited to share with you guys. For starters, I've added the ability to drag cards around so that you can actually order the cards you want to play, which will be like super useful later. A lot of Balatro players will know how important card order can be, such as not putting glass at the start. This meant coding in a custom version of the UI list layout instance, as I wasn't able to work around that and get this to work as it does right now. So I had to code in custom systems so that the cards would be in a list. I also had to mess with the list system so that it would work on more screen resolutions, and while it isn't perfect, I'd say it gets the job done. You'll also notice that I've added a neat selection system and implemented the basics of rounds, that being discarding, playing hands, and scoring. Lastly, it also includes a sort of reset for winning and losing, including increasing the antes and when you beat all the 3 blinds, which is pretty neat. I also started working on the Joker system, and while it only has 1 Joker at the moment, it did make me rescript a lot of the game and change my approach to how it works internally, so it's a very important step nonetheless. I now present to you the one and only, the star of the show himself, albeit with no justice done in the art department, Jimbo. Jimbo is a very basic Joker. All he does is add a 4 multiplier to every single hand. And while that may not seem super monumental on its own, it took a lot of restructuring and redoing the game to make this able to even happen. And so now we have Jimbo, we have our first Joker. I'm done, the game is finished, we can get it to release now. Let's fucking go, right guys? No, the art style's still bad, the game looks garbage, upgrade the visuals, yeah, maybe I should. I really wanted to try and recreate that signature swirling masterpiece of a background from the original game, but quickly ran into the issue that Roblox doesn't have shader support. While this makes it literally impossible to accurately remake the visual, I figured I could at least try and create something that sort of represents it. So I started working on this neat spiraling effect, and as you've seen, I went through several iterations before landing on the one which I've been using since. Unlike most of the game, this effect is actually in a 3D space, made using a collection of floating parts emitting particles. This meant I had to move the player's camera somewhere in the void so I could render it without any distractions. After re-enabling the UI and setting it all up properly, it certainly elevates the game's overall style, while also pointing out how ugly the rest of the game looks. I am still going to keep a majority of the game as placeholder visuals, but I can change other aspects which don't need art, such as UI effects, to make things a little more cohesive and smooth. I made the cards look a little more floaty by making them slowly rotate, and I added tweens when they're moved around, which not only looks better, but adds more visual clarity as to what's going on.
You lose!
Lastly, I started adding some basic score particles, which you can somewhat see in play here. These will definitely be improved later, but I think it's safe to say overall the game is substantially better than it was in the last video.
You win!
I think the next video will mainly focus on adding some more visual elements to the game, and tying up more loose ends in the code so things stay organized. I feel like the game is starting to properly take shape now though, which is pretty exciting to see. With all that being said, that marks the end of this devlog, and I hope you guys enjoyed.